Welcome, dear friends, to a soothing journey through the magic of the wizarding world, where we'll explore 120 fascinating facts about the spells of Harry Potter. These spells, cast with wands and whispered with incantations, have shaped the lives of wizards and witches for centuries, each one carrying its own story and power. From the first lessons at Hogwarts to the most pivotal moments of the battle against darkness, each charm, hex, and curse holds a deep connection to the heart of this enchanting world. Tonight, we will softly wander through these spells, uncovering their origins, meanings, and the subtle magic behind their use, letting each fact guide us gently towards rest. As you settle into this peaceful moment, take a deep breath and feel the soft calm of the night wrap around you. Let go of any lingering thoughts, allowing yourself to drift into a quieter space where the world of magic feels as distant and comforting as the stars above. Imagine the warmth of a candlelight flickering, casting soft shadows on the walls, and the whisper of magic in the air, calling you to rest. And if you find peace in drifting through stories like this, feel free to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Now, let us begin our journey together, with the first spell gently guiding us toward a place of deep relaxation. Fact 1. Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus is known as the disarming charm. First used by Harry Potter during his duel with Draco Malfoy, this spell has become one of the most iconic in the wizarding world. It forces the opponent's wand, weapon, or object out of their hand, leaving them defenseless. This spell doesn't cause harm, but instead seeks to disarm, showing the value of non-violent resistance. It has been used in countless duels, not just to win, but to demonstrate the strength of restraint, allowing the caster to maintain control without causing lasting harm to their opponent. Fact 2. Lumos Lumos is the spell that lights the tip of a wand, allowing witches and wizards to see in the dark. It is a simple yet incredibly useful charm, introduced early in the magical education at Hogwarts. With just a flick of the wand and the soft incantation, it illuminates the surroundings, casting a warm glow in the night. It's not just a source of light, but a symbol of clarity, bringing brightness into moments of darkness, much like how the smallest spark of hope can guide us through the unknown, leading us to a clearer path forward. Fact 3. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa is one of the first spells taught to students at Hogwarts. It is the levitation charm, used to make objects float effortlessly in the air. With the right flick of the wrist and a soft incantation, the caster can make even the heaviest objects soar. Its first significant use was in Charms class when Hermione Granger demonstrated her precise skill, impressing Professor Flitwick. This spell represents the potential for growth and mastery, a gentle reminder that with time and patience, we can learn to lift ourselves and others, rising above challenges with grace. Fact 4. Accio. Accio is the summoning charm, and its power is in its simplicity. This spell calls an object to the caster, no matter how far it is. Whether it's a broomstick across the Quidditch pitch or a book lost in the library, Accio brings the object straight to the witch or wizard. It's a charm of great utility, but also a reminder of how magic can connect us to things we might otherwise lose, drawing them back to us, like memories resurfacing from the past, always finding their way to where they belong. Fact F5. Alohomora. Alohomora is the unlocking charm, a spell used to open locked doors and windows. First introduced to Harry by Hermione, it became one of the most frequently used spells throughout their adventures. Alohomora has a special place in the wizarding world, representing freedom and discovery. It's the key to opening not just physical locks, but metaphorical ones too, whether it's unlocking a hidden room or opening one's heart to new possibilities. With this spell, the possibilities are endless as it gently invites us to explore, to seek, and to uncover what is hidden in plain sight. Fact 6. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum is one of the most advanced and powerful spells in the magical world. The Patronus is a shield against Dementors, creatures that feed on despair and fear. When Harry first learned to cast the spell, it was a difficult challenge, requiring deep concentration and a happy memory to succeed. The charm summons a protective figure, usually in the form of an animal, that drives away darkness. This spell speaks to the resilience of hope, reminding us that even in our darkest times, we have the ability to conjure light, guarding us against life's harshest moments. Fact 7. Stupefy. Stupefy is the stunning spell, used to temporarily stun a person or creature, leaving them immobilized. The spell has many uses, from subduing a wild animal to neutralizing a threat in combat. It's a spell that captures the balance between action and restraint, allowing a wizard to disable an opponent without causing permanent harm. This spell is a reminder that even in the heat of conflict, one can choose to disable rather than destroy, preserving life while asserting control. The caster uses this charm when the situation calls for measured force, guiding them to act with care and precision. Fact 8. Impedimenta. Impedimenta is the slowing charm used to hinder the movement of an opponent. By casting it, the caster can temporarily slow down or block the movement of a person or object, creating space between themselves and their opponent. This charm, though not inherently harmful, can be crucial in moments of danger, allowing the caster to regain control. It symbolizes the power of patience and pause, reminding us that sometimes slowing down is the key to success, giving us time to think, reflect, and choose the best path forward when the world feels too fast. Fact 9. Protego. Protego is the shield charm, a fundamental defensive spell used to block spells and physical objects. It creates an invisible barrier around the caster, protecting them from harm. The charm is often used in duels, offering a brief moment of safety. It serves as a powerful reminder that protection doesn't always come from outward strength, but from a deep inner resilience. Protego teaches us that by setting boundaries, we can safeguard ourselves from external forces, and through focus and determination, we can stand firm in the face of adversity, allowing us to face challenges with calm courage. Fact 10. Ridiculous. Ridiculous is the charm used to banish boggarts, shape-shifting creatures that take the form of a person's greatest fear. When cast, the spell forces the boggart to assume a funny or harmless form, rendering it powerless. This spell is a symbol of facing one's fears with humor and lightness, teaching the importance of perspective. When we confront our darkest anxieties, seeing them in a new, less threatening light, we rob them of their power over us. Ridiculous reminds us that sometimes laughter is the best weapon against the things that scare us, turning fear into something manageable. Fact 11. Muffliato. Muffliato is the spell used to fill the ears of others with an indistinct buzzing sound, preventing them from overhearing conversations. It's particularly useful for students sneaking around Hogwarts, or witches and wizards engaging in secretive discussions. This charm represents the power of quiet protection, allowing the caster to speak freely while ensuring that their words are kept private. Much like how we sometimes need to block out distractions to focus or share our thoughts, Muffliato teaches us the value of silence in a noisy world, offering a peaceful barrier between us and external interference. Fact 12. Nox Nox is the counter charm to Lumos, extinguishing the light at the tip of a wand. A simple, quiet spell, it is often used when the caster no longer needs light or wishes to remain unnoticed. Its charm is a gentle reminder that just as we can summon light in the darkness, we can also choose to retreat into calm shadows when needed. Nox is about embracing the quiet, the time for rest, and the stillness that follows the end of a journey or task. It marks a peaceful return to the world's soft, enveloping night. Fact 13. Petrificus Totalis. Petrificus Totalis, the full body bind curse, is used to freeze someone in place, rendering them immobile. It's an effective spell in both combat and as a method of subduing someone without causing harm. The charm is often used in moments of urgency, whether to stop a dangerous situation or to buy time in a more complex plan. It speaks to the power of control, reminding us that sometimes stillness is needed to regain balance. The spell's magic is a gentle metaphor for the quiet moments in life when we pause and breathe, grounding ourselves before continuing forward. Fact 14. Obliviate. Obliviate is the memory charm used to erase specific memories from a person's mind. This spell is employed by the Ministry of Magic to protect the secrecy of the magical world, ensuring that muggles don't remember encounters with witches and wizards. While it can be seen as a form of control, it also carries with it the emotional weight of loss, the erasure of moments and connections. Obliviate reminds us of the fragility of memory, the power it holds over our identity, and the delicate balance between keeping secrets and the cost of forgetting. Fact 15. Sectum Sempra. Sectum Sempra is a dark curse created by Severus Snape during his time at Hogwarts, designed to cause severe cuts and bleeding. The spell is known for its viciousness and is considered one of the darker elements of the wizarding world. While it is not widely used, its existence highlights the complexities of magic, how it can heal and protect, but also harm and destroy. Sectum Sempra speaks to the fine line between creation and destruction, a reminder that every action, even in the world of magic, carries consequences, and that darkness can lurk even in the most talented hands. Fact 16. Lumos Solum. Lumos Solum is a variant of the Lumos charm, used to create a blinding light that shines from the tip of the wand like the sun itself. This spell is particularly useful against dark creatures, such as vampires, who fear sunlight. Lumos Solum represents the strength of light in its purest, most radiant form, capable of chasing away even the darkest shadows. It's a reminder that light, no matter how fleeting, can always make a difference. Just as dawn dispels the night, moments of clarity can help us find our way through life's most uncertain times. Fact 17. Silencio. Silencio is the silence charm, used to immediately silence a person, object, or creature. Often used in situations where quiet is essential, whether in a library or during a dangerous confrontation, this charm provides a moment of peaceful respite. It's a gentle reminder that sometimes the greatest form of control is the ability to silence the noise around us. Whether it's the chatter of the world or the clamor of our thoughts, silencio teaches us the power of stillness, offering space for reflection, rest, and a moment to breathe in the quiet. Fact 18. Aguamenti. Aguamenti is the water-making charm used to conjure a stream of clean, drinkable water from the tip of a wand. This spell is especially useful in emergencies, whether it's quenching thirst or putting out a fire. Aguamenti is a symbol of sustenance, representing the way in which we can call forth nourishment in times of need. It's a reminder that even in moments of great need or chaos, there is always a way to provide for ourselves and others, and that magic, much like kindness, can flow freely when we reach for it with purpose. Fact 19. Leviosa. Leviosa, a simpler version of Wingardium Leviosa, is the first spell taught in Hogwarts Charms class. It is used to levitate objects into the air, a basic charm that serves as a foundation for more complex spells. Its gentle nature speaks to the idea of gradual growth and progress, reminding us that every great achievement begins with small, careful steps. Leviosa teaches the importance of mastery, showing that even the simplest spell can become an essential tool when practiced and perfected. It's a charm that connects us to the quiet power of learning and patience. Fact 20. Tarantallegra. Tarantallegra is the dancing feet charm, used to force someone to dance uncontrollably. This whimsical charm can bring lightness to a situation, though it's often used in jest or in duels. It's a playful spell, one that reminds us not to take life too seriously and to find joy in unexpected moments. Tarantallegra speaks to the importance of release and fun, showing us that sometimes, even in moments of tension, a little laughter and movement can lighten the atmosphere, allowing us to see the world with a fresh, more carefree perspective. Fact 21. Reducto Reducto is the reduction charm, used to break or shatter objects. It's a destructive spell, capable of causing significant damage when cast with enough force. While it can be used for combat, it also shows the importance of control in magic. Reducto reminds us that while power can create, it can also destroy, and the key to mastering such power lies in using it responsibly. The charm carries a deep lesson about the balance between creation and destruction, urging us to consider the consequences of our actions before we unleash the full extent of our strength. Fact 22. Confringo. Confringo is another destructive spell known as the Blasting Curse. It causes an explosion that can cause significant harm, creating a fiery burst of energy. Its power makes it a dangerous spell, one that requires careful consideration. Confringo represents the raw force of magic, a reminder of the consequences that come with wielding immense power. While it can be used strategically in battle, it's a symbol of the delicate balance between using power for defense and the potential for harm when that power is misused. It teaches the importance of restraint in moments of great tension. Fact 23. Impervious. Impervious is the water-repelling charm, used to make objects or surfaces resistant to water. This charm is often used to keep things dry during storms or to create waterproof surfaces. It highlights the adaptability of magic, offering protection against the unpredictable forces of nature. Impervious is a reminder that in life, there are times when we must shield ourselves from overwhelming circumstances. It teaches us the value of preparation and adaptability, showing that with the right tools, be it magic or our inner strength, we can face even the stormiest challenges with confidence and resilience. Fact 24. Episki is a healing spell used to heal minor injuries, such as broken noses or cuts. This gentle charm provides instant relief, offering a quick remedy for small wounds. Episki represents the nurturing aspect of magic, showing that sometimes the most significant moments come from the smallest acts of care. It reminds us of the importance of tending to our wounds, physical and emotional, and that healing doesn't always require grand gestures. In times of pain, it's the quiet, steady care that can offer the most comfort, allowing us to move forward with renewed strength. Fact 25. Defindo is the severing charm, used to cut or slice through objects with precision. It's a versatile spell, often used in everyday tasks, from cutting through ropes to slicing ingredients. Defindo teaches the importance of finesse in magic, how a gentle, focused spell can achieve great results without force. It represents the balance between power and control, reminding us that sometimes the most effective solutions come not from brute strength, but from a careful, thoughtful approach. This spell encourages us to think before we act, to ensure that every move is deliberate and purposeful. Fact 26. Fumos is the smoke charm used to create a thick cloud of smoke, often for concealment or distraction. The charm can obscure vision and create a barrier, allowing the caster to escape or confuse an opponent. Fumos represents the magic of ambiguity and the power of hiding in plain sight. Sometimes, in moments of conflict or uncertainty, we need the ability to withdraw and regroup. The smoke serves as a metaphor for those times when clarity is temporarily obscured, and we must rely on patience and strategic thinking to find our way through the haze. Fact 27. Crucio, one of the unforgivable curses, is used to inflict unbearable pain upon its victim. This dark spell is a testament to the cruelty that magic can hold when misused. The curse causes excruciating agony, both physical and emotional, and is meant to break the will of the victim. Crucio serves as a warning of magic's darker side, reminding us of the importance of compassion and the responsibility that comes with power. While magic can heal and protect, it can also harm if used without thought or empathy. This spell reflects the dangers of unchecked anger and cruelty. Fact 28. Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra is the killing curse, one of the 3 unforgivable curses used to instantly end a life. The curse has no counter charm and is fatal upon impact. Its simplicity and finality make it one of the darkest spells in existence. Avada Kedavra represents the ultimate consequence of magic when used with malicious intent, the power to take life without hesitation. This curse serves as a reminder of the grave responsibility that comes with wielding magic, as well as the importance of protecting life at all costs. It underscores the need for restraint, love, and kindness in all things. Fact 29. Imperious is the Imperious Curse, one of the unforgivable curses used to control the mind and actions of another person. When cast, it places the victim under the full control of the caster, stripping them of their free will. Imperious reflects the dangerous temptation to dominate others and the loss of individual autonomy. It teaches us the importance of free will and personal agency, reminding us that true magic lies not in control, but in the respect for others' choices and the understanding that our power should never come at the expense of another's freedom. Fact 30. Axio, advanced use. Axio is typically used for summoning objects, but in advanced uses, it can summon specific items from long distances, even from places a wizard cannot see. The charm demonstrates the depth of concentration and precision needed to summon something from great distances. This advanced form of actio symbolizes the power of focus and intent. Just as the caster must be specific in their intent, we too must be clear about what we seek in life. Axio reminds us that our desires, when focused and clear, can draw the things we need toward us, even from afar. Fact 31, Morse Mortar. Morse Mortar is the spell used to conjure the Dark Mark, a symbol of Voldemort and his Death Eaters. It's a terrifying image, a skull with a serpent emerging from its mouth, signifying death and destruction. The Dark Mark is often cast during acts of terror, a symbol that instills fear in those who see it. Morse Mortar represents the darker side of magic, the consequences of using power for evil purposes. It serves as a stark reminder that magic, like all forces, can be wielded for harm, and that there are those who would use it to instill terror. Fact 32. Incendio Incendio is the fire-making charm used to start fires. It's a simple, yet incredibly useful spell invoked by a quick flick of the wand. Whether lighting a candle or igniting a campfire, Incendio serves as a versatile tool for both everyday tasks and survival situations. It symbolizes the creation of warmth and light, the ability to bring comfort and security. Yet, like all fire, it reminds us of the duality of magic. While it can provide warmth, it can also cause destruction. It teaches us to wield our power carefully, with an awareness of its potential for both good and harm. Fact 33. Apparitium. Apparitium is the spell used to reveal invisible ink or hidden messages. This charm uncovers what's hidden, bringing secret words or images into view. It's a spell that represents clarity and the uncovering of truths. Apparitium speaks to our desire to know, to understand what is concealed from us. Whether it's a hidden letter or a secret message, this charm helps us peel back layers, reminding us that in life, understanding and knowledge are often just a spell away. It encourages us to seek the truth, even in the places where it's most carefully hidden. Fact 34. Deprimo. Deprimo is the spell that creates a powerful blast of air capable of breaking through obstacles or clearing away debris. The force of this spell can cause a significant impact, making it useful in dangerous situations or when there's a need for forceful action. Deprimo symbolizes the strength of wind and air, unseen but powerful forces that can shape the world. It represents the ability to break through barriers when necessary and shows that sometimes, to make progress, we need to clear away the obstacles that stand in our way, allowing us to move forward with purpose. Fact 35. Cave Inimicum. Cave Inimicum is the protective charm used to ward off enemies and prevent them from entering a designated area. It creates an invisible barrier that alerts the caster when an intruder approaches. This spell represents the need for safety and defense, especially in times of danger. Cave Inimicum is a reminder of the importance of protecting what is dear to us, whether it's our homes, our loved ones, or our peace of mind. It teaches the value of creating boundaries that shield us from harm, offering a quiet form of defense that allows us to feel secure. Fact 36. Locomotor. Locomotor is the spell used to move objects at will, a charm often used in combination with other spells for more specific purposes. By saying the incantation and pointing the wand at an object, the caster can move it through the air. Locomotor demonstrates the power of control and movement, allowing the caster to manipulate their environment with a simple flick of the wrist. It serves as a reminder of our ability to direct and influence the world around us, and of the way small actions can set larger things into motion, creating ripples that travel far and wide. Fact 37: Wingardium Leviosa. Again, Wingardium Leviosa is one of the most memorable spells in the wizarding world, known for making objects levitate. What makes this charm unique is its emphasis on proper wand movement and intention. Its first significant use by Hermione Granger made it one of the most iconic moments in Hogwarts history. Wingardium Leviosa teaches us the value of focus and attention to detail. It reminds us that with patience, practice, and the right intention, we can make even the heaviest burdens lighter. The spell speaks to our ability to rise above difficulties with gentle guidance and steady hands. Fact 38: Hominum Revelio. Hominum Revelio is the spell used to reveal the presence of human beings. It's a detection charm that helps witches and wizards sense if anyone is nearby, even if they are hidden. This charm is especially useful for locating hidden enemies or finding lost individuals. Hominum Revelio represents our need for connection and the desire to know when we are not alone. It teaches us that even in moments of solitude, there are unseen connections and that magic can help us find others, even when they are carefully concealed from view. It's a reminder of our inherent need to seek others out. Fact 39: Aguamenti. Advanced use. Aguamenti is the water-making charm, typically used to conjure small amounts of water, such as filling a glass or dousing a flame. In advanced uses, however, it can be invoked to create a powerful stream of water. This makes it an essential charm for combat situations, where a large volume of water is needed to put out fires or control dangerous elements. The spell represents the life-giving force of water, symbolizing both nourishment and flow. It's a reminder of the ever-present potential to quench thirst, calm conflict, and provide for those in need, even in the most extreme circumstances. Fact 40: Protego Maxima. Protego Maxima is an advanced version of the shield charm, used to create an enormous protective barrier around the caster or a designated area. It is a spell of great power, often used in times of great danger to defend against dark forces. Protego Maxima represents the strength and depth of protection, a reminder that at times we need to surround ourselves with a larger shield, both physically and emotionally. It teaches us that in the face of overwhelming challenges, we can fortify ourselves, standing firm against the forces that seek to harm us, whether they be external or internal. Fact 41: Periculum. Periculum is a charm used to produce red sparks, often employed as a signal of danger or distress. This spell is particularly useful in situations where immediate attention is needed, whether to alert others or to signal for help. The red sparks serve as a visible, attention-grabbing signal in the dark. Periculum represents our instinct to communicate in times of need, reminding us that even in moments of crisis, there are ways to call for assistance and find others who can offer help. It speaks to our deep need for connection and support when things go wrong. Fact 42: Sonorous. Sonorous is the amplification charm used to magnify the voice of the caster, allowing them to be heard over great distances. Often used in speeches or when addressing large crowds, this charm is useful for those who need their words to reach many. Sonorous represents the power of voice, symbolizing our ability to communicate and influence the world around us. It reminds us of the importance of being heard, of the impact that our words can have, and of the moments when we need to speak clearly and with purpose to make our voices resonate with others. Fact 43: Tergeo Tergeo is the cleaning charm used to remove dirt, dust, or other unwanted substances from surfaces. It's a simple but effective spell for keeping one's surroundings tidy. Whether it's wiping away the remnants of a meal or cleaning up a mess, Tergeo makes chores effortless. The charm represents the restorative magic of cleanliness and order. It reminds us of the importance of tidying our spaces, both literally and metaphorically, as a way to clear our minds and create a sense of peace. Tergeo teaches us that sometimes clearing the clutter is the first step toward feeling balanced. Fact 44: Glisseo. Glisseo is the spell used to make surfaces smooth and slippery, often used on stairs to create a slide. It's a light-hearted charm, showing the whimsical side of magic. Glisseo allows for playful moments, offering a sense of fun and adventure in everyday life. This spell represents the joy that can be found in even the simplest of charms. It reminds us of the importance of letting go, of allowing ourselves to experience moments of lightness and spontaneity. Sometimes, life's challenges can be eased with a little slip of joy and a sense of humor. Fact 45: Depulso. Depulso is the banishing charm used to send objects or people away from the caster. It's the opposite of Axio, as it forces things to move away rather than toward the caster. Depulso is a spell of movement designed to create space when needed. This charm symbolizes the power of release, reminding us that sometimes, in order to move forward, we must let go of what is holding us back. It speaks to the power of intentional action, clearing the way for new opportunities and making room for growth and transformation as in our lives. Fact 46: Meteorologynx. Meteorologynx is the weather modification charm used to control weather conditions. This spell allows the caster to influence the weather around them, whether summoning rain, wind, or sunshine. Meteorologynx represents the unpredictable forces of nature and the desire to shape them. It speaks to our need to control what often feels uncontrollable, and yet, like all magic, it teaches us the value of respecting the forces at work in the world. Meteorologynx reminds us that we cannot always control everything, but with the right tools and knowledge, we can influence the environment around us, just as we can shape our paths. Fact 47: Vera Verto. Vera Verto is a transfiguration spell used to change an object into something else, often turning it into an animal. The charm is a core part of Hogwarts's transfiguration classes and teaches students how to transform one substance into another. Vera Verto represents the potential for change, the ability to reshape the world and ourselves. It teaches the importance of transformation, how with focus and intent we can alter our circumstances and bring new possibilities into our lives. This spell encourages us to embrace change, recognizing that it's through transformation that we often grow and evolve. Fact 48: Ascendio. Ascendio is the ascension charm, used to propel an object or the caster upwards, often through water or air. This spell is most commonly used to rise above obstacles, quite literally lifting the caster to higher ground. Ascendio symbolizes the act of rising above challenges, of elevating ourselves to a new level of understanding or achievement. It teaches us that even when faced with seemingly insurmountable barriers, there is always a way up, a path that leads to a greater perspective. With Ascendio, we are reminded that sometimes we simply need the right push to elevate us toward our goals. Fact 49, Rictus Empra. Rictus Empra is the tickling charm used to cause uncontrollable laughter by tickling the target. This spell is often used in duels to disorient or distract an opponent. While it is playful in nature, Rictus Empra also speaks to the importance of laughter and joy in difficult situations. The charm is a reminder that humor can be a powerful tool for diffusing tension and bringing lightness into heavy moments. It teaches us to find joy even when life feels overwhelming and to use laughter as a way to reconnect with others and ourselves during times of stress. Fact 50. Obscuro. Obscuro is the blindfold charm used to create a veil of darkness around the eyes of the target, obscuring their vision. This spell can be used to disorient an opponent or create confusion in a duel. Obscuro represents the power of limitation and concealment, the act of controlling what can and cannot be seen. It speaks to the moments in life when we must navigate through uncertainty, relying on other senses to guide us when clarity is obscured. The charm reminds us that in times of darkness, we must trust our instincts and move forward, even without full sight. Fact 51. Lumos Maxima. Lumos Maxima is an advanced version of the Lumos spell, used to produce a much brighter light at the tip of the wand. This powerful charm is often employed in situations where greater illumination is needed, such as in dark, vast spaces or when a small light isn't enough. Lumos Maxima represents the strength of light in its purest form, casting away shadows with its brilliance. It reminds us that sometimes, when the world feels dark, we need to shine brightly, not just to guide ourselves, but to illuminate the paths of those around us. Fact 52. Ferula. Ferula is the healing charm used to conjure a bandage or splint, often to aid in minor injuries. It's a simple yet vital spell, allowing witches and wizards to tend to the wounds in situations where proper medical supplies are unavailable. Ferula symbolizes the magic of care and attention, showing that even the smallest gestures, like a bandage or a helping hand, can provide comfort in times of need. It serves as a reminder that healing isn't always grand or dramatic. Sometimes it's the quiet moments of support that make the biggest difference in someone's life. Fact 53. Hominum Revelio. Hominum Revelio is a charm used to detect the presence of people in an area, even if they are hidden from sight. It is particularly useful for locating individuals in a building or room where they might be concealing themselves. This charm represents our desire for connection and our ability to seek others when they are out of view. Hominum Revelio reminds us that even when we are physically alone, there are unseen bonds that connect us to the world. It encourages us to trust that no matter where we are never truly alone. Fact 54. Wadiwasi Wadiwasi is the spell used to shoot small objects, such as chewing gum, out of tight spaces, like a keyhole or a crack in a door. It's a light-hearted charm, often used to remove an obstruction or to cause a playful distraction. Wadiwasi symbolizes the fun side of magic, showing that not all spells need to be serious or dramatic. Sometimes, the simplest charms can solve the smallest of problems, and a little creativity can go a long way. It teaches us that magic, like life, has its playful moments where we can find joy in the smallest things. Fact 55. Duro Duro is the spell used to turn an object into solid stone. This transformation makes the object immovable and unyielding, providing a powerful form of defense. Duro symbolizes the strength and stability that comes from solid foundations. It's a reminder that in times of instability, we can find strength in standing firm, in creating a base that supports us through challenges. The charm teaches us that while life may change and shift around us, there is power in remaining grounded, allowing us to face the future with confidence and resilience, no matter what comes our way. Fact 56. Lacarnum inflammare. Lacarnum inflammare is the charm used to conjure a flame from the tip of the wand. It's often used in situations where fire is needed, whether for light, warmth, or survival. This spell represents the power of fire, a force both life-giving and destructive. Lacarnum inflammare reminds us of fire's dual nature, how it can provide comfort and warmth, yet also cause devastation if uncontrolled. The spell teaches us to handle our passions and desires with care, recognizing that, like fire, our actions can have both positive and negative consequences, depending on how we choose to direct them. Fact 57. Tarantellegra is the dancing feet charm, used to force someone to dance uncontrollably. This spell is often cast in a playful manner, though it can be used in duels to distract or disorient an opponent. Tarantellegra represents the magic of movement and rhythm, highlighting the light-hearted side of the wizarding world. It's a reminder that in life, sometimes we need to let go of control, to move freely, and find joy in the moment. The charm teaches us that even in times of seriousness, we can find moments of levity and joy, reminding us to dance through life's challenges. Fact 58. Orchideus. Orchideus is the spell used to conjure flowers from the tip of the wand. It's often used for decorative purposes or to bring a bit of beauty into a room. This spell represents the magic of growth and creation, the ability to bring something beautiful into existence with a single gesture. Orchideus teaches us that magic isn't always about power or force. Sometimes it's about nurturing beauty and spreading light. It reminds us that small acts of kindness or beauty can make the world a brighter place, and that there is magic in the simplest of gestures. Fact 59. Arania exumi. Arania exumi is the spell used to banish spiders. It's often used when confronting the large magical spiders in the Forbidden Forest, or to remove smaller spiders from an area. Arania exumi symbolizes the ability to overcome fears, particularly those that are irrational or overwhelming. Spiders, often associated with fear and anxiety, represent the things in life that make us uncomfortable. The charm teaches us that when faced with fear, we have the power to face it head on and clear it from our lives, giving us the freedom to move forward without hesitation. Fact 60. Prior Incantado. Prior Incantado is the charm used to reveal the last spell cast by a wand. This spell is often used in duels when there's a need to determine what magic was previously cast. It reveals a ghostly image of the spell that was last performed, offering insight into a person's intentions. Prior Incantado represents the idea that magic, like all actions, leaves a trace. It teaches us that our choices, both big and small, have lasting effects, and that the truth of our actions will eventually be revealed, even if it is hidden for a time. Fact 61. Levicorpus. Levicorpus is the spell that causes the target to flip upside down and hang by their ankle, suspended in midair. It's often used in duels to disorient an opponent or to incapacitate them briefly. Levicorpus represents the ability to manipulate gravity, taking control of the target's position and throwing them off balance. It's a reminder of the magic that can affect our world in ways we cannot always see, shifting the usual order of things. The charm teaches us that sometimes a change in perspective, no matter how sudden, can help us gain a new understanding of a situation. Fact 62. Sectum Sempra. Sectum Sempra is a dark and dangerous curse created by Severus Snape, designed to cause deep cuts and bleeding on the victim. The spell is meant to incapacitate through severe physical harm. Sectum Sempra speaks to the destructive side of magic, reminding us of its potential for harm when used recklessly or out of anger. It teaches us the importance of restraint and responsibility in moments of conflict, showing that even in our most challenging times, we must choose not to harm others, no matter how great the temptation or how strong our emotions may be. Fact 63. Apericium. Apericium is the spell used to reveal invisible ink or hidden writing. This charm uncovers what is concealed, making it visible to the caster. Apericium represents our innate curiosity, the desire to uncover secrets and truths. It speaks to the power of discovery and the satisfaction of finding what is hidden. The charm encourages us to seek out the answers to life's mysteries, reminding us that while some things may be concealed from view, there is always a way to bring them into the light if we are patient and persistent in our search for understanding. Fact 64. Impedimenta. Impedimenta is the slowing charm, used to temporarily slow down an object or person, creating a barrier to hinder movement. It's often used in duels to stop an opponent's progress or to give the caster more time to react. Impedimenta symbolizes the moments in life when we need to pause, slow down, and take a step back to assess a situation. It teaches us the power of patience and timing, showing that in moments of urgency, slowing down can give us the clarity and focus we need to make better choices and avoid mistakes. Fact 65. Confundo. Confundo is the confundus charm, used to confuse the target, making them disoriented or causing them to make poor decisions. It's often used to manipulate someone's actions without their knowledge. Confundo represents the magic of perception and how easily our minds can be influenced. It reminds us that our thoughts and actions are sometimes shaped by forces beyond our control. The charm teaches us to remain aware of external influences, to think critically, and to trust our instincts so we are not easily swayed by confusion or distraction, no matter how convincing they may seem. Fact 66. Lumos. Lumos is the most basic light-producing charm used to illuminate the tip of a wand. This simple spell is essential for navigation in the dark, allowing witches and wizards to see in places where natural light cannot reach. Lumos symbolizes clarity, enlightenment, and the guidance that light provides in moments of uncertainty. It teaches us that even the smallest spark of light can illuminate the darkness, offering hope and direction when we feel lost. The spell reminds us that in life, we always have the ability to find our way, even in the darkest of times. Fact 67. Incendio. Incendio is the fire-making charm, used to start a fire by summoning flames from the tip of a wand. Whether it's lighting a campfire, heating food, or providing warmth, Incendio is an essential spell in many magical situations. This charm represents the power of fire, both a source of life and destruction. It serves as a reminder of the dual nature of magic and emotions, how they can warm and illuminate our world, yet if uncontrolled can also cause harm. Incendio teaches us the importance of balance and control when handling powerful forces in our lives. Fact 68. Muffliato. Muffliato is the charm that fills the ears of those nearby with a soft, buzzing sound, preventing them from overhearing a conversation. It's an essential spell for privacy, used in situations where discretion is needed. Muffliato represents the magic of protection and confidentiality, offering a safe space for witches and wizards to speak freely without fear of eavesdropping. The charm reminds us of the importance of boundaries, of knowing when to shield ourselves from external influence, and of respecting the need for personal space in both magical and mundane aspects of life. Fact 69. Langlock. Langlock is a charm used to bind the tongue of the target, rendering them unable to speak. This spell is often used in situations where silence is required or when a person needs to be prevented from speaking. Langlock represents the power of silence and control over words, showing that sometimes the greatest power lies in what is left unsaid. It reminds us that words hold immense power, and in moments of tension or conflict, sometimes the most important action is to choose silence over speech, offering space for reflection before responding. Fact 70. Glisseo. Glisseo is the charm used to make surfaces slippery, often used to create a slide down a staircase or a slick surface for fast movement. The charm is playful and often used in more light-hearted situations, though it can be useful in certain emergencies. Glisseo represents the joy of movement and freedom, allowing the caster to glide smoothly through space with little effort. It speaks to the moments when we need to let go and embrace the flow of life, rather than forcing things to happen. The charm reminds us that sometimes life's challenges are easier when we let them glide. Fact 71. Reducto. Reducto is the reduction charm, used to shatter or disintegrate objects with precision. It's a spell known for its explosive potential when cast with sufficient force, capable of breaking apart objects or causing destruction. Reducto teaches us the power of focused energy, where a single spell can have significant impact when aimed with intent. It represents both creation and destruction, showing us that the way we direct our energy can shape the outcome. Whether it's breaking through barriers or clearing obstacles, Reducto encourages us to focus our force carefully, making sure it serves a greater purpose. Fact 72. Confringo. Confringo is the blasting curse, a powerful charm that causes explosive damage to the target, making it one of the more destructive spells in a wizard's arsenal. It creates an intense burst of flame that can be used to break through obstacles or in combat situations. The spell symbolizes raw power, showing how even the smallest flick of the wrist can unleash incredible force. Confringo is a reminder of the responsibility that comes with wielding great power. Just as fire can warm, it can also burn. The spell teaches us to use our strength with awareness of its potential consequences. Fact 73. Morsmortar. Morsmortar is the dark spell used to summon the Dark Mark, Voldemort's symbol, in the sky. It is often cast by Death Eaters as a signal of terror and violence. The Dark Mark itself, a skull with a serpent emerging from its mouth, instantly evokes fear, representing death and destruction. Morsmortar speaks to the darkest side of magic, showing the consequences of using magic to instill fear and control. It serves as a reminder of the fine line between using power for good and using it to spread harm, urging us to always choose compassion and justice. Fact 74: Nox Nox is the counterspell to Lumos, used to extinguish the light at the tip of the wand. This charm is often employed when the light is no longer needed, signaling the end of the moment of illumination. Nox represents the quiet and peaceful moments that come after periods of brightness. It teaches us the balance between light and dark, between action and rest. Just as light can guide us, darkness provides us with rest and reflection, giving us the space we need to restore ourselves. Nox reminds us that all things have their time and place. Fact 75: Levicorpus. Levicorpus is the spell that causes the target to flip upside down and hang by their ankle, suspended in midair. It's often used as a playful way to disarm or disable an opponent in a duel. Levicorpus represents a magical manipulation of gravity, turning the ordinary world upside down. The spell reminds us that in life, things are not always as they seem, and sometimes we must embrace the unexpected. It encourages us to laugh in the face of adversity and to understand that not everything needs to be serious. Humor and levity can sometimes be our greatest strengths. Fact 76: Vera Verto. Vera Verto is the transfiguration charm used to transform an object into another form, such as turning an animal into an inanimate object. This spell is a core part of transfiguration lessons at Hogwarts, teaching students how to manipulate physical matter. Vera Verto symbolizes the potential for change and transformation, both in magic and in life. It serves as a reminder that with focus and intention, we can reshape the world around us, creating new opportunities from what already exists. The charm encourages us to embrace transformation as a natural part of growth and change and self improvement. Fact 77: Ascendio. Ascendio is the ascension charm, used to propel an object or the caster upward, often through water or air. The charm is most often used in situations where elevation is needed, such as escaping danger or reaching a higher place. Ascendio represents the drive to rise above challenges, to elevate oneself beyond the ordinary. It teaches us that, when confronted with obstacles, we have the ability to rise above them, to seek higher ground, and to achieve new heights. This charm encourages us to always look for ways to elevate ourselves and reach our full potential. Fact 78: Rictus Sempra. Rictus Sempra is the tickling charm, used to cause uncontrollable laughter by tickling the target. It's often used in playful duels to disorient or distract an opponent, creating an opportunity for the caster to gain the upper hand. Rictus Sempra represents the power of humor and joy in difficult situations, reminding us that laughter can be a powerful tool for diffusing tension and bringing lightness to heavy moments. It teaches us that in life, we sometimes need to lighten up, to laugh in the face of stress, and to find joy in even the most trying circumstances. Fact 79: Obscuro. Obscuro is the blindfold charm, used to obscure the target's vision by conjuring a dark blindfold around their eyes. This spell is often used to disorient or confuse an opponent, particularly in combat. Obscuro represents the magic of concealment, reminding us of the moments in life when we are not meant to see the full picture. It teaches us that there are times when we must navigate life with only partial vision, relying on other senses, intuition, and trust to guide us. The charm encourages us to accept uncertainty and move forward, even when the path is unclear. Fact 80: Imperio Imperio is one of the 3 unforgivable curses, used to control the actions and will of another person. The curse places the victim under complete control of the caster, effectively rendering them a puppet. Imperio represents the darkest form of control, stripping away free will and autonomy. It serves as a warning of the dangers of coercion and manipulation, showing us the consequences of using power to dominate others. This spell teaches us the importance of respecting others' agency, of valuing free will, and of using our influence to uplift rather than control those around us. Fact 81: Crucio Crucio is the Cruciatus curse, one of the three unforgivable curses used to inflict unbearable pain upon the victim. This dark spell is intended to cause agony without causing physical injury, targeting the victim's nervous system. Crucio symbolizes the depths of cruelty and suffering that can be brought by magic. It serves as a warning of the potential for magic to harm, to manipulate, and to control others. This spell teaches us that the use of magic or any power must be guided by compassion and the understanding that inflicting pain is never justified. Fact 82: Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra is the killing curse, one of the three unforgivable curses used to instantly take a life. Unlike many other spells, it leaves no mark or injury, yet it kills without warning or hesitation. This curse represents the ultimate consequence of magic, death itself. Avada Kedavra serves as a reminder of the gravest responsibility that comes with power. It underscores the need for empathy and restraint in all actions. This spell teaches that the greatest magic is the power to preserve life and protect those we love, not to bring about irreversible destruction. Fact 83: Axio. Axio is the summoning charm used to call an object toward the caster. It's a simple, yet incredibly useful spell, able to summon everything from books to broomsticks from great distances. Axio represents the power of intention and focus, as the caster must have a clear idea of what they wish to summon. This charm symbolizes the ability to draw what we need into our lives, whether it's knowledge, support, or opportunities. It teaches us the importance of knowing what we want and directing our energy toward bringing those desires into our reality. Fact 84: Lumos. Lumos is the light charm used to illuminate the tip of the wand. It is a basic spell taught early at Hogwarts, essential for moving through the darkness. The spell represents the power of light, symbolizing clarity, understanding, and hope. Lumos reminds us that, even in the darkest times, we have the ability to find light, whether through our actions, our knowledge, or the connections we make. It teaches us that a small spark can guide us when everything else feels unclear, showing that even the smallest light can have a significant impact on our journey. Fact 85: Obliviate. Obliviate is the memory charm used to erase specific memories from a person's mind. This spell is often used by wizards and witches to prevent muggles from remembering encounters with the magical world. Obliviate represents the delicate balance of memory and identity, showing the power and the dangers of tampering with the past. The charm reminds us of how memories shape who we are, how they connect us to our experiences, and how, when memories are lost, parts of us can vanish too. Obliviate teaches us to value our memories, as they are integral to our sense of self. Fact 86: Alohomora. Alohomora is the unlocking charm used to unlock doors and windows that are magically sealed. It's one of the most commonly used spells, especially among young witches and wizards sneaking into places they shouldn't be. Alohomora represents the ability to access new possibilities and opportunities, opening up paths that were once closed. It serves as a reminder that obstacles can often be overcome with the right tools and knowledge. This charm teaches us to be resourceful and adaptable, showing that with the right approach, even the most seemingly impenetrable challenges can be unlocked and navigated. Fact 87. Petrificus totalis. Petrificus totalis is the full body bind curse used to paralyze a person completely, rendering them immobile. It's a spell often used in situations where the caster needs to restrain someone quickly without causing harm. Petrificus totalis represents the control of movement and the power of stillness. It teaches us that sometimes the ability to pause, to slow down, is as powerful as acting quickly. The charm is a reminder that there are times in life when we need to stop and reassess, when taking a moment of stillness can be the most strategic choice. Fact 88. Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus is the disarming charm used to force an opponent to drop their weapon or wand. The spell was famously used by Harry Potter during his duel with Draco Malfoy. Expelliarmus represents the power of non-violent defense, allowing a wizard or witch to gain control without causing harm. This charm symbolizes restraint, showing that sometimes the greatest strength lies not in striking back, but in neutralizing a threat with minimal force. Expelliarmus teaches us the importance of peace and control, reminding us that we can assert our power without resorting to violence or aggression. Fact 89. Crucio again. Crucio, the Cruciatus curse, is one of the unforgivable curses used to inflict excruciating pain upon its victim. The pain caused by the curse is so intense that it can break the victim's spirit. This curse is often used to assert dominance or control over another person, highlighting the darker aspects of magical power. Crucio reminds us of the importance of empathy and compassion, teaching us that the greatest use of power is in relieving suffering, not causing it. The curse serves as a stark lesson in the consequences of cruelty and the need to respect others' pain. Fact 90. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa is the levitation charm, one of the first spells taught at Hogwarts. It allows objects to float in midair. The spell's famous use came when Hermione Granger demonstrated its power in Charms class. Wingardium Leviosa symbolizes the potential to elevate, to rise above, and to change the position of things in our lives. It teaches us that with focus, patience, and the right technique, we can move even the heaviest of burdens. The charm represents the lightness we can achieve when we approach challenges with the right mindset, allowing us to lift ourselves up. Fact 91. Periculum. Periculum is the charm used to create red sparks, signaling danger or distress. This spell is particularly useful in emergencies, as it draws immediate attention to the caster's location. Periculum represents the instinctual need to call for help, to alert others when we're in trouble. It serves as a reminder that in moments of crisis, there are ways to reach out for support, even when we feel alone. This charm teaches us that asking for help, whether through magic or otherwise, is an important part of navigating life's challenges and ensuring we are not left in the dark. Fact 92. Sonorous. Sonorous is the amplification charm used to amplify the voice of the caster so that it can be heard by a larger audience. It's often used in speeches or when addressing large crowds. Sonorous represents the power of words, the ability to influence and reach others through speech. This charm reminds us that communication is one of the most powerful forms of magic. It teaches us the importance of using our voices to share ideas, express ourselves, and connect with others, reminding us that our words can resonate far beyond our immediate surroundings. Fact 93. Tergeo. Tergeo is the cleaning charm used to remove dirt or unwanted substances from surfaces. It's a simple but effective spell, often used to tidy up a space quickly. Tergeo represents the restorative power of magic, allowing witches and wizards to bring order to chaos. This charm reminds us that small, everyday actions can have significant impacts, helping to clear away obstacles and create a sense of calm. Tergeo teaches us that even in the most mundane tasks, there is magic to be found, especially in the act of tidying up and making space for peace. Fact 94. Glisseo. Glisseo is the spell used to make surfaces slippery, often used to create a slide down a staircase or smooth over an obstacle. It's a playful charm that provides an element of fun while also serving practical purposes. Glisseo symbolizes the ability to navigate through challenges with ease, to slip past difficulties when needed. It teaches us that sometimes the best way to deal with life's hurdles is not by confronting them head on, but by finding ways to glide through them with a lighthearted approach, making the journey smoother and more enjoyable. Fact 95. Depulso. Depulso is the banishing charm used to force an object or person away from the caster. It is often used in duels or to clear space in a room. The spell represents the power to remove obstacles, to create space and distance when needed. Depulso teaches us the importance of releasing what no longer serves us, whether it's a physical object, an idea, or a relationship. It reminds us that sometimes, in order to move forward, we must actively push things away, clearing the path for new possibilities and growth to enter our lives. Fact 96. Meteorologynx. Meteorologynx is the spell that allows witches and wizards to control the weather. This charm is used to manipulate the environment, whether summoning rain or creating a gust of wind. Meteorologynx represents the force of nature and the desire to shape the world around us. It teaches us the importance of adaptability and flexibility in times of change. The charm shows that while we may not be able to control everything, there are moments when we can influence our surroundings, helping to create the conditions that are needed for success, growth, and peace. Fact 97. Vira Verto. Vira Verto is a transfiguration spell that transforms an object into a different form, often turning animals into something else. It's used to manipulate the properties of an object and bring about change. Vira Verto symbolizes the potential for transformation, showing that with focus and determination, we have the power to reshape the world around us. The charm teaches us that change is a constant part of life, and through patience and skill, we can transform ourselves, our circumstances, and even the most challenging aspects of our lives into something new and meaningful. Fact 98. Ascendio. Ascendio is the charm used to propel oneself upward, often through water or the air. The spell is useful when a person needs to quickly rise above an obstacle or reach higher ground. Ascendio represents the drive to rise, to elevate oneself beyond limitations, and to move toward greater heights. It teaches us that even in moments of difficulty, we have the power to lift ourselves above our challenges, to seek a better perspective, and to overcome obstacles by reaching upward with determination, faith, and the right guidance. Fact 99. Rictusempra. Rictusempra is the tickling charm, used to make someone laugh uncontrollably by tickling them. It's often used to disarm an opponent in duels, creating a moment of lightness and distraction. Rictus Empra symbolizes the power of humor and joy, showing that laughter can be a powerful tool in difficult situations. The charm teaches us that in times of tension, a little laughter can disarm stress, help break down barriers, and bring us closer together. It reminds us that humor has the power to lighten even the heaviest of moments and restore balance in challenging times. Fact 100. Obscuro. Obscuro is the spell used to blindfold someone, conjuring darkness around their eyes. It is often used in duels to disorient or confuse an opponent, making it difficult for them to see what is happening. Obscuro represents the magic of concealment, the idea that not everything should be seen or understood at once. The charm teaches us that sometimes life's greatest lessons are learned in the dark, in the spaces where clarity is obscured. It reminds us that even when things are unclear, we can still trust our instincts and find our way forward. Fact 101. Alohomora. Alohomora is the unlocking charm used to open locked doors and windows. It is one of the most frequently used spells, especially by students sneaking around Hogwarts or when needing quick access to closed spaces. Alohomora represents the power of access and the unlocking of opportunities. It teaches us that the key to progress often lies in finding the right way to open doors, whether literal or metaphorical. The charm reminds us that with patience and persistence, obstacles can be overcome, and there are always paths waiting to be unlocked if we seek them out. Fact 102. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum is the Patronus charm, used to summon a Patronus, a magical creature that protects the caster from dementors. The Patronus is a manifestation of a person's happiest memory, offering hope and protection. This spell is deeply personal, requiring the caster to focus on their happiest thought. Expecto Patronum symbolizes resilience in the face of darkness, showing that even the most terrifying forces can be defeated by the light of positivity and love. It teaches us that the strength to face life's challenges comes from within, from the memories and experiences that define us. Fact 103. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa is the levitation charm, first introduced to students in their first year at Hogwarts. It allows objects to float and levitate. The charm is iconic, often remembered for its role in the first charms class, where Hermione Granger demonstrated its power. Wingardium Leviosa represents the idea of lifting, both literally and metaphorically. It teaches us that with the right amount of focus and practice, we can elevate both ourselves and others, overcoming obstacles and making progress toward our goals. It reminds us that sometimes a gentle lift is all that's needed to achieve greatness. Fact 104. Obliviate. Obliviate is the memory charm, used to erase or modify memories. This spell is often employed by the Ministry of Magic to keep the magical world hidden from muggles. While its purpose is to protect, it also raises ethical questions about consent and the manipulation of memory. Obliviate represents the fragility of memory and the power of forgetting. It teaches us that our experiences shape who we are, but sometimes erasing or altering them may come with consequences. The charm serves as a reminder to cherish our memories and to approach the idea of forgetting with care. Fact 105. Petrificus Totalis. Petrificus Totalis is the full body bind curse, used to freeze a person completely, rendering them unable to move. It's often used in duels or to stop someone from escaping. Petrificus totalis represents control, a way to immobilize someone without causing harm. It teaches us the power of restraint, showing that sometimes the most effective course of action is to stop and think before acting. This charm reminds us that in moments of difficulty or danger, pausing and assessing the situation can offer the clarity needed to make wise decisions and avoid unnecessary conflict. Fact 106. Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus, this is the disarming charm, used to remove an opponent's weapon or wand, leaving them defenseless. Harry Potter famously used this charm during his duel with Draco Malfoy and later in the final battle with Voldemort. Expelliarmus represents a form of nonviolent defense, showing that sometimes it is better to neutralize a threat without causing harm. The charm teaches us that we do not always need to engage in conflict to win. Sometimes, the true strength lies in disarming an opponent and removing the source of the conflict, allowing peace to take its place. Fact 107. Crucio Crucio is the Cruciatus curse, used to inflict extreme pain on the target. It's one of the three unforgivable curses, symbolizing the destructive potential of magic when used without restraint or empathy. The curse represents the darkest side of magic, reminding us of the devastating consequences that can occur when magic is used with malice. Crucio teaches us that we must choose kindness and empathy, even when we are hurt or angry, showing that true strength lies in compassion and the decision not to use power for harm, but for healing and protection instead. Fact 108. Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra is the killing curse, another of the unforgivable curses. It causes instant death to the target with no physical injury or suffering, marking it as one of the most dangerous spells in existence. Avada Kedavra represents the absolute finality of magic, demonstrating the consequences of using magic to take life. It teaches us the importance of respecting life and the irreversible nature of death. The charm serves as a reminder that every action we take should be guided by empathy and care, as some choices once made cannot be undone. Fact 109. Reducto Reducto is the blasting curse, used to destroy objects or forcefully shatter them. When cast with enough power, it can cause explosive damage. Reducto represents the volatile side of magic, reminding us that with great power comes great responsibility. The charm symbolizes both creation and destruction, showing that magic can be used to break things apart or to clear obstacles. It teaches us to be mindful of how we use our strength, ensuring that when we act, we are doing so with purpose and intention, always considering the consequences before unleashing powerful forces. Fact 110. Tarantallegra. Tarantallegra is the dancing feet charm, used to make someone dance uncontrollably. The spell forces the target to move, often in an exaggerated or humorous way. Tarantallegra represents the lighter, more playful side of magic. It teaches us that sometimes, in the face of stress or conflict, the best approach is to find moments of levity and joy. The charm reminds us that laughter and movement can help release tension and bring us closer to those around us. It shows us that even in the most difficult times, there is always room for a little dance and a smile. Fact 111. Alohomora. Alohomora is the spell used to unlock doors, windows, and even enchanted objects. It's a simple yet essential charm that students at Hogwarts are taught early on. Alohomora represents the ability to open doors, literally and figuratively, allowing access to new opportunities, knowledge, and adventures. The charm teaches us that sometimes the key to progress lies in finding the right way to unlock what's hidden, whether it's a door to a new path, a new understanding, or a new way of thinking. It encourages us to approach challenges with creativity and determination to access what lies ahead. Fact 112: Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum is the Patronus charm, used to summon a Patronus that protects against Dementors. A Patronus is a magical creature formed by a happy memory, representing light and hope in times of darkness. Expecto Patronum teaches us that even in the most challenging times, we can draw upon our happiest memories to protect and guide us. The charm symbolizes the strength of positive emotions and the resilience of hope. It reminds us that no matter the obstacles we face, our capacity for joy, love, and hope can always shield us from despair and fear. Fact 113: Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa is the levitation charm, allowing the caster to make objects float in the air. This charm, introduced early in Hogwarts, teaches students the basics of control and concentration. It symbolizes the power of lightness, both physical and mental, showing that with practice, patience, and focus, even the heaviest burdens can be lifted. Wingardium Leviosa is a reminder that the path to success often requires a gentle touch and careful guidance, teaching us to rise above challenges and float gracefully through life's difficulties, no matter how heavy they may seem at first. Fact 114: Obliviate. Obliviate is the memory charm used to erase or modify specific memories. While it's often used by the Ministry of Magic to maintain the secrecy of the wizarding world, it also raises ethical questions about consent and memory manipulation. Obliviate represents the fragility of memory and the power it has over our identity. The charm teaches us to be mindful of our memories, to value them as integral parts of who we are. It reminds us that memories shape us, and tampering with them can alter not only our past, but also our sense of self. Fact 115: Petrificus Totalis. Petrificus Totalis is the full body bind curse used to completely freeze someone in place. This spell is often used to temporarily immobilize someone without causing harm. Petrificus Totalis represents control over movement, teaching the caster the power of stillness. It reminds us that sometimes the most effective approach in moments of danger is to pause and assess the situation. It also shows that there are moments in life when restraint is necessary to maintain control, avoid rash decisions, and ensure that actions are taken thoughtfully and with care. Fact 116: Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus is the disarming charm used to remove an opponent's wand or weapon, leaving them defenseless. The charm, famously used by Harry Potter, is a non-lethal way of neutralizing a threat. Expelliarmus symbolizes the value of non-violent defense, showing that there is power in restraint. The spell teaches us that we don't always need to engage in conflict to win. Sometimes, the true strength lies in disarming the situation, removing the source of the conflict without causing harm. It reminds us that peace can be achieved through control, understanding, and strategic action. Fact 117: Crucio Crucio is the Cruciatus curse, one of the unforgivable curses used to inflict excruciating pain on the victim. The pain caused by Crucio is so intense that it can break the will of the person subjected to it. This curse represents the darkest side of magic, reminding us of the harm that can come from using magic for cruelty. It teaches us the importance of empathy and the responsibility that comes with power. Crucio warns us that magic should be used to heal, protect, and uplift, not to cause suffering or to break another's spirit. Fact 118, Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra is the killing curse, one of the three unforgivable curses, known for its ability to kill instantly and without injury. This spell represents the most extreme and irreversible use of magic, with death being its only result. Avada Kedavra serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of using power to destroy. It teaches us that magic, like all forms of strength, comes with responsibility, and the greatest respect we can show for life is to avoid using our power for harm. The curse highlights the importance of valuing life and never using magic to take it away. Fact 119. Reducto Reducto is the blasting curse, used to reduce objects to rubble or cause explosive destruction. It's a powerful spell, known for its destructive force. Reducto represents the raw power of magic, showing that with a flick of the wrist, one can shatter obstacles in an instant. The charm serves as a reminder of the fine line between creation and destruction, teaching us that power should be wielded with care. While it can clear a path or solve problems, Reducto warns that too much force can have unintended consequences, reminding us to always consider the aftermath of our actions. Fact 120. Tarantallegra Tarantallegra is the dancing feet charm used to make someone dance uncontrollably. This playful spell can be used in duels or to create light-hearted moments, as it forces the victim to move in exaggerated, comical ways. Tarantallegra represents the magic of movement, teaching us that sometimes the best way to deal with tension or difficult situations is through joy and laughter. It shows that, in life, moments of levity can disarm conflict, lighten our burdens, and help us find common ground with others. The charm reminds us to embrace fun, even in the most trying of times. Thank you for drifting through these fascinating spells with me tonight. May your mind be at ease, your thoughts light, and your heart calm. Remember, magic isn't just in the spells we cast, but in the kindness, patience, and love we share. May you find peace in the quiet moments and warmth in the light of your dreams. Good night, and may your dreams be filled with wonder and comfort